I don't want to break any of the SOPs that are around, and this session is being recorded. Now, some of you are still just coming in, but at any rate, I want to welcome all of you to today's talk. And I just like to let you all know of a very good news. You know, we closed our office for 3 days because one of our staff tested positive, and the rest of us had to go for tests. And until today, every one of our other staff, me included, the test came back negative. I'm sure you all are happy to hear that as well. And I'm really rejoicing because, for one thing, we have been receiving prayers from a lot of people, even from other countries, to keep us, healthy and free from the virus. The other thing is, I testify that in Ventros, our products are all geared as though uh, it has been handed to us for such a time like this. You see, our IM laser is truly a therapy that will boost our immunity better than what drugs can provide. Our colostrum, our Fortico, with the IgG, it really is there to boost the body's immunity. Then as our AGX, all you need to do is keep spraying a few times on your face a day. Even at night before you go to sleep, you spray into your mouth and drink it down. It's going to be a great help to prevent virus and bacteria from going in that way. And then not forgetting, our PSR. PSR is really good for the times when you need a lot of oxygen in the body. And last but not least is the CV8. Our CV8 will really tackle and give our body that boost of immunity that none can give. So you see, so every product there has a part to play in building the body's immunity. So you can really be very confident that we have the products that people need at this time. We are as though being blessed with all these products for us to boost the healing ministry. So I would really encourage all of us to take a look once again at all the Ventros products, from the IM laser to the CV8 to the Fortico to the PSR to the AGX. Remember, all these have a part to play at this time. And right now, as I see, many of you have already come in, settled down. I, or seven others. Excuse me. Hello, Pak Leong Hao. Thank you. Ya, saya lagi meeting, Pak. Thank you. Yeah, all right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there was a call from overseas trying to find out how I am. Okay, I am going to go ahead now with this session. I hope you all are ready, and you can see the screen there. The topic for today is goals, goals, goals. And in Mandarin, it is mu piao, mu piao, mu piao. Okay, I chose this topic because I know that if we are going to be able to sustain the Ventros Healing Ministry, if we are going to go far in the Ventros Healing Ministry, all of us, whether it's from the company or at your level, at the gold diamond level, the diamond level, emerald, ruby, and so on, all of us have to be guided by goals. Now, why? Now, in the course of this session today, and in my next session next month, I will be focusing, sharing with all of you on why goals are so important, why you are going to be better off having goals than not having goals. And today's topic will be something that has, I hope, will open your minds that we have with us everything to help us to become more successful. Our successful achievements in life is available for everybody, for anyone, if only we know how. Today's sharing is about knowing how to apply certain principles so that we can look forward to more successful achievements in our business, in our family, in all that we do. So we are going to talk about goals, goals, goals. You know, some people, instead of looking at goals and working towards achieving goals, they got distracted. And goals becomes what? Becomes girls, girls, girls. And they lost sight of the importance of achieving goals. There are another group of people. They have gone through life, experienced failures, failures, failures. So much so, when you talk to them that you must have goals, they only see ghosts. And ghosts means to them is ghosts. They are haunted by their failures, such that they don't believe in ghosts anymore. Today, I want to share with all of us that all achievers, they have one thing in common. What is that one thing in common? They are goal directed. That means to say they are directed in their energies, they are directed in their thoughts, they are directed in their focus into the goals that they want to achieve, and they are so focused that they are not easily distracted. So, all achievers, no matter in what field they are in, have this thing in common. They are goal directed. Goal directed. Now, being goal directed means their achievements are motivated by goals. Their achievements are motivated by goals. They have goals and they want to be so focused on those goals. And this is what drives them to go on and on and on. Whether it's in business or in any other field of endeavor, when we are motivated by goals, you will find that somehow the energies come, the stamina come, and you are able to endure what many people with no goals cannot endure. That's why when people are goal directed, they are definitely more sure of arriving and achieving their goals than those who are not being directed by goals. Now, people who are goal directed, they know what they want. They know what they want, and they don't waste time in pursuing things that are not in line with what they know they want. Now, thirdly, those who are goal directed, they are prepared to take the risk and pay the price to reach their goals. Now, to pay the price means to be willing to make the sacrifices, to be willing to make the sacrifices to reach their goals. You see, right now, you are in the Ventros Healing Ministry. I don't know to what extent you are motivated by goals, but I do know that those who are motivated by goals, they are already on the way. Some have already reached their goals. Some are going for even higher goals. Now, I can testify to you that our three gold diamonds now today, Rebecca, Johnny, Mr. Saul, how did they get there? It is not by sheer accident that they got there. It is not because of good luck that they got there. But each one of them got there because, first of all, they were motivated by goals. I remember there was one time when I first met Mr. Saul, and it was in Butterworth, I think. And he told me he's going to work to be a leader of Ventros. And I just thought, what level is he talking about? And he said that he's going to work into the fastest way to be a diamond. And at that time, while I knew this is one guy who knows what he wants, I didn't know how fast he was going to climb. And true enough, he set the goal to be a diamond and he achieved it a few months, I think it was 3 months before the deadline. Why? Not because he is luckier than other people, but because he knows what he wants and he's motivated by the goals he sets. And I'm not surprised that he is always the top leaders wherever he goes. The same thing, I remember Rebecca. Rebecca, at that time, she really had no experience, exposure to this line of business that we are in. She was in some other form of business, but they were different from what we are doing in Ventros. And being somebody who is relatively new in this line, I wasn't really sure how she was going to do it. But I knew that this is a great woman of faith. And she was so goal directed. And you can see today, her life, her family is transformed because of what the achievement of those goals have brought upon her and her family. The same thing I remember Johnny Kwa. Johnny Kwa was a guy who's easily excited. And he got excited with the healing ministry. And he told me he's going to be a diamond. I knew that this guy had experience, but I didn't know that he was so focused and he became one of our very early diamonds. Now, these are just few examples in our healing ministry, but I am not surprised that they are already there at the top because they know what they want and they are motivated by their goals and they pay the price. They really work so hard. What, whether it was problems coming their way, whether it was people who don't want to accept what they offer, they encountered problems after problems, but they took the risk, they paid the price, they reached their goals. So, what I'm sharing with you all today is actually just a statement, a reinforcement, what you already see happening in Ventros. Look at all the diamonds today. They were like the rest of us. But what separates them from the emerald, the ruby, the directors, and so on, are that all of them have gone past one stage of goal achievement. They have all set their goals, they have reached that place, the diamonds. So today, as you listen to me and as you think back about your journey with Ventros, my prayer for you is that something, what I share today, will click and give you a spark and encourage you to think more of what goals you want to set for your Ventros healing ministry now and for the future to come. Okay, so they are goal directed. Now, I want to introduce to all of us here today a science. It is not a new science, it has been there since the 1970s. This science really changed me. This science really had a deep impact on how I was to go about achieving my goals. And this is the science of psycho-cybernetics. Psycho means having to do with the mind. Cybernetics actually is about control systems, how you design systems to control manufacturing process, control the missiles that are going to hit their targets. Is a control system. So that's called cybernetics. Now, if you put the two terms together, psycho, mind, cybernetics, meaning designing systems to control, to achieve something. So psycho-cybernetics is really how you make use of your mind to be able to help you to control so that you are goal directed. You are goal directed so that you do not get distracted so easily in your pursuit of achieving goals. This science of psycho-cybernetics really is a marvelous, marvelous science because it works. And countless numbers of people have experienced a kind of a revolution, a transformation in their lives in achieving goals because of the understanding of this science called psycho-cybernetics. This science explains why people fail and why people succeed. Our failure and success in whatever we do is never accidental. If we succeed, it is because something happened inside us that motivated us to go all the way and achieve the success. If we fail for similar reason, we fail because something happened in us that brought us towards failure. So psycho-cybernetics explains why people fail or succeed. And the basis of failure or success, according to psycho-cybernetics, is that it starts in the mind, in the mind. Now, psycho-cybernetics, as its central theme, the central message of psycho-cybernetics is that there is a goal-seeking mechanism in your mind, in my mind, in everybody's mind. There is that goal-seeking mechanism. Mechanism, as I told you just now, is a system to control. This goal-seeking mechanism in your mind is always helping you to look out for goals and guiding you to achieve those goals if you know how to use it. So I'm going to share with you this science of psycho-cybernetics. And it is not just a theoretical sharing. It is born by a lot of practical experience. And today, as I stand before you sharing this, I am sharing you with my experiences, since the 1970s when I came across this science. And as I shared to you today, you are benefiting from the years that have matured me in my understanding. So that today, as I share this with what I know and what I think this psycho-cybernetics should be shared so that it benefits everyone in every way, in every area of life. Now, the guy who is behind psycho-cybernetics is this guy called Dr. Maxwell Maltz. I want to explain, share with you a little bit about his background. He's not a medical doctor. He is a plastic surgeon. Huh? How come a plastic surgeon can come up with a science like that? Okay, the story is like this. Maxwell Maltz has so many patients coming to him for plastic surgery. And you know, plastic surgery means how you want to change your look, your face to look more handsome, look more pretty, to look like your favorite idol, film star, or actress. And Dr. Maxwell Maltz, being a very scientific oriented person, he observes his patients. Now, he noticed that most of his patients, after going through the plastic surgery with him, they encounter a change in their behavior, a change in their outlook in life. Some are totally transformed, some little bit transformed, and there are also a group, no matter how many times of plastic surgery he has done for them, still nothing changes. They are still the kind of very negative, very inferior people, full of self pity, no change. So Maxwell Maltz became very curious. Why some people, after changing their facial looks, the way they look, brought about a change in their life, in their the way they see themselves. Some little bit change only, some no change at all. So Maxwell Maltz, he wanted to discover in a scientific way why. Why is that so? Some people going through his plastic surgery, no change. And that was how finally he said that for anybody to change, to achieve success, very, very important is that you, in your mind, in your mind, you must first of all establish yourself with a healthy self identity in your mind, yourself. You must have a good, healthy image about yourself. Now, I will explain a little later how this will come about to help you. Then he said, you also must understand that whether you are going to achieve big things or achieve nothing in your life, it depends on how, what image you have of yourself. So that is why some people, no matter what their background, when they don't have a good self identity, what happens in their life always confirm that poor self identity. They achieve less, they meet with a lot of failures. All those will confirm the self identity inside, what you see in your mind about yourself. So that's where Dr. Maxwell Maltz, he said, in our minds, there is that goal seeking mechanism. You can use the goal-seeking mechanism to help you to achieve better goals, worthwhile goals than before, if you know how. So this is what he said. We are engineered as goal-seeking mechanisms. Engineered meaning when God created us, He created us with that goal-seeking mechanism for it to function. Now, we are built that way to be goal-seeking creatures. When we have no personal goal which we are interested in and which means something which is valuable to us, which is important to us, and we don't have such kind of things to us, what will happen? Dr. Maxwell Maltz said we will go through life going around in circles, feel lost, and find life aimless, meaningless, purposeless, no purpose at all. And I'm sure you know that there are lots of people like that around you. And I hope you are not one of them. Now, Dr. Maxwell Maltz says we are built with those goal seeking mechanisms so that we can conquer our environment, so that we can solve problems, so that we can achieve goals, and we find no real satisfaction or happiness in life without achieving those goals, without those goals for us to conquer and goals for us to achieve. This is why goals are so important. People who say that life is not worthwhile, they are people who are really saying that they themselves have no personal goals which are worthwhile. Not that life is worthwhile, but that they don't have personal goals which are worthwhile. And this is what Dr. Maxwell Maltz is saying. After what I shared today, you can go and Google about Dr. Maxwell Maltz and you'll find lots more. Now, if we are to understand the science of psycho-cybernetics, we have to understand about the human brain and the human mind. And today, as I share with you, I want to bring this down to the easiest level for you to understand, because this is the field of psychology. Not many people can grasp the complexities of psychology. So I will try my best to put it at the level that you can understand, Now, when it comes to the human brain and human mind, these are actually not the same. The human brain is visible, is tangible, can be touched, can be felt, the human brain. So all of us have got a brain. Now, we bring our brain everywhere we go. It sits right here between the two ears. That's our brain. Everywhere we go, we bring the brain. The mind is different. The mind is invisible. You can't see it. You can't see it. It is like the waves, you know. For example, if you have a radio set, you hear the sounds, the songs coming out of the radio because of the waves coming out of the radio. You see the radio, but you can't see the waves. So this is like the picture I want you to see. The brain is like the radio, you can see. The sound waves coming out from the radio, you can't see. That is to the mind, the human mind. You can't see it, you know. So you can be sitting where you are now, trying to listen to me. Your brain is with you, but can it be that your mind is something somewhere else? Can or not? Can, because the mind can wander, can go anywhere. Can it be that right now you trying to listen to me, but your mind is somewhere. For example, your mind is right now trying to think who you want to make the next iron laser sale to. Yes, our mind can go anywhere. No limits to where it can go, when it can go. It's like that, the mind. So that's the easiest way to differentiate the brain and the mind. My question for us here is, which is more powerful? More powerful, your brain or your mind? Your brain or your mind? Now, I think you know the answer. Our mind is much more powerful than our brain. So don't you ever think that, wow, if we have a bigger brain, we're going to be smarter. Well, if that is the case, then elephants will be smarter than us because they have bigger brains than us. But that's not true. Important thing is how we are going to understand the working of our minds, how to tap into our minds, how to develop our minds so that we can have the goal seeking mechanism to work for us, not work against us. Now, to understand the working of the mind, now I am going to put it like a picture of an iceberg. An iceberg. The picture of an iceberg is always like that. You see only a small part of it above the water, and a large part of the iceberg is submerged under the water. That's why ships, when they go near to areas where there are icebergs, they are very careful. Why? Not because of what they see, but what's under it they can't see. When the ship bangs the iceberg at the bottom, usually the ship will have a big dent and it will capsize, it will sink. So that part of the iceberg above the waters is very small. The part below it is huge. So our picture of the mind is there are two parts. One part is called the conscious mind, the conscious mind here. And the other part is the subconscious mind. Actually, if you want to go deeper into this study, there is a third part called the unconscious mind. That part is even more complex, more scary. But for our purpose today, we will just take a look at these two parts. Both of these parts, your conscious mind and your unconscious mind, subconscious mind, I mean, your subconscious mind have their functions to play. But in the final analysis, it is your subconscious mind that you have to learn to control, to develop so that you can really make your mind to work for you, not to work against you. So I want to briefly show you, share with you what each of these two minds, what they do. The conscious mind has the capacity, the ability to help make decisions, to help make decisions. Besides that, the conscious mind helps you to determine what kind of goals that you want to achieve. The next thing is the conscious mind helps you to plan how to achieve your goals. Isn't that good? Then the conscious mind will decide what actions you are to take. Besides that, your conscious mind will determine your behavior. your behavior, how you behave. And your conscious mind gives you the willpower. I want to go on. I want to continue. I want to fight on. I don't want to give up, or I better give up. I see no way of going to make it. I'm tired. I don't want to do. That is all part of our willpower. That is the job of the conscious mind to determine your willpower, your behavior. Next, the conscious mind has the ability to analyze why this went wrong, to analyze what is good about this, what is bad about that. And as you analyze, you evaluate, and you are able to make better decisions, determine better goals, plans, and so on. This is the job of your conscious mind. How about the subconscious mind? The part that is much bigger than the conscious mind. How about your subconscious mind? All right, the subconscious mind, first of all, has a function to capture, store your values that you consider, those things that you think important to you, what kind of traits you think are important to help you to be a better person. Those are called values. For example, you find some people, they are so honest. Some people are dishonest. Why? Whether you are honest or dishonest, it is because of your values. If you hold on to the value of honesty, then you will reflect in your behavior. You don't want to do anything to be dishonest. A lot of values are implanted to us from our parents. They teach us about values. Our teachers, our environment, they all have a part to play in inculcating what values that we will grow up with. So if you are so fortunate coming from a good family, from a good education background, and they are all supportive of giving us, teaching us good values, today our subconscious mind will have a good store of all those good values. And all those good values that are here submerged in our subconscious mind, you know what they will do? Those good values will in turn help the conscious mind to support the decision, goal, plans, action, behavior, willpower, analysis in all those areas. They will be supported by what values you hold. That's why those of you who have been longer with me, especially the diamonds, you know that I explained much earlier on in all my trainings for you that in Ventros, as long as I'm handling all the human capital development, my way of developing people is through a values added, through a values based kind of development. This is my specialty. That's why I am specialized in developing, helping people to develop their characters. You can't develop good characters without having a good value system. Now, besides that, in our subconscious mind, there is a whole collection of belief system. You know, since when we were young, we are inculcated, we are taught, we are influenced to have certain beliefs. And those beliefs grow with us when we see it being worked in real life, when we see it reinforced in real life. So as we grow up, all those that we believe, the good, the bad, everything that we believe in, All these form the belief system. Now, if you have a good value system, you will most likely have a very strong belief system in all that is good, in all that is positive, in all that is constructive. So, your subconscious mind, take this, the belief systems already formed in you, take your value systems, and help the conscious mind to be able to do a better job in all these areas. So that's why you see that underneath you, in your subconscious mind, what are the values that you hold dear, important? How is your belief system like? If you have problem with these two areas, obviously you will have problems later in your life in those areas as you consciously try to do them. Subconsciously, these are called the foundation builders of your future success, of your future achievement, of your future happiness. Now, besides that, your emotions, your emotions, how you feel when you encounter certain situations, what kind of feelings dominate you, your emotions is also one of the areas that is stored inside your subconscious mind. So you find that those people, if they have a lot of fears, they are dominated by the feeling of fear, fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of losing. When they have a lot of fears here, what happens? They will influence the conscious mind in making bad decisions or preventing the conscious mind from taking decisions. They're not set goals. What if they fail? Usually, don't want to have plans, seldom want to take actions. Behavior is always behavior of a very scared person, full of fears, cowardly. Willpower, little bit of problem, die. Little bit of problem, give up because they are scared. They fear. What is the analysis? Life is too scary. So why? Because emotions are at the subconscious level, and emotions play a huge part in coloring whether over here you are going to use all these powers to help you be happier, achieve more, be more successful. Your emotions. Now, that's not all. Just now, I talked about self image, self identity, because the whole theme of psycho-cybernetics is based on your identity and the goal seeking mechanism. If your identity is not healthy, especially those of us who have inferiority complex, 自卑感, those of us who have inferiority complex always feel not good enough, always feel lousy, people are better, elsewhere people are better, always feel we are not up to it. That kind of self image with those negative emotions, they are going to create havoc in your conscious mind by disturbing all these areas, all these functions. That is why, if you are inferior, if have a lot of fears, you'll find that you, whether you know it or not, you have lesser chance of being happier, being more successful in your life. Psycho-cybernetics says before you can you can maximize all this to work for you, first You must do something about your self image, your self identity. I will talk about it later on. Now, besides that, your habits. Now, how do we build habits? Our habits come through repetition. When you repeat one act and you enjoy it, you repeat again, you enjoy it, you repeat again. So, by a process of repetitions, habits are formed. And habits, once formed, they are stuck in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind will instruct the conscious mind to continue, take action, to repeat what you find pleasurable in that habit, from that habit. So you find if you have got bad habits, what is going to happen is this will be a big factor in influencing your conscious mind and affecting everything else. You see, for example, a drug addict with a habit of taking drugs, what will happen? Destroys all these conscious mind functions. He will make poor decisions. He cannot set meaningful goals. He has no plans. His actions is always to find pleasure, find more drugs. If he can't have the money, he go and steal because the pleasure from the drugs is what he is seeking. His goal seeking mechanism is to direct him to find the money, beg, borrow, or steal, to go and buy the drugs so that he can have the pleasure from the drugs. So, all this that are submerged in the subconscious mind, you find that ultimately they have so much to play to either support you or to destroy you. I'm sharing this with you today because I'm going to show you how you can actually now go back to develop in your favor all those things in your subconscious mind so that you don't have to be a slave to all the negative things already formed inside there for years. I hope that you all will listen carefully. And after today's talk, go and get hold of the recorded version, repeat it, and listen it a few times. And I just pray that your life will start changing. Besides that, all those memories, the subconscious mind has unlimited capacity storage for every incident, good or bad, sad or happy, in your memory. Every single thing that has happened has been captured, stored in the subconscious mind, your memories. So that's why when people have got a traumatic past, for example, they were raped when they were young, this kind of memories, this kind of bad memories, they are very, very destructive. Usually they are stored in the unconscious mind down there. But for today's purpose, I would just say, including those kind of very scary, traumatic memories, they will haunt you. They will haunt you until your conscious mind become crippled, become paralyzed, that nothing of these good functions can bring about any good change to you. Next, imagination. You and I, we have got the capacity to imagine. Something that is not real can be imagined as though it is real. That's the power of imagination. And imagination is so creative if you use it wisely. And so, this part of the subconscious mind that stores our imagination, is the part that can give us a lot of creative powers when we need for us to achieve our goals. But most people, they don't want to make use of their imagination positively. They always imagine the worst things. They imagine the most frightening things. They imagine those things that will make them more fearful. Imagine all those things that will hold them back. And then their conscious mind start being influenced, and all these parts get affected because of their poor imagination. Now, next, our subconscious mind also has a very important capacity. I call it visionary. Visioneering. Engine, you have engineering. Vision, you have visioneering. What does it mean? Visioneering means you, as a human being, a creature created by the Creator, you have the ability to pass visions. Pass visions meaning to project something about the future. Even though it's not happening now, but you can project something about the future and you want to work towards that future. This is called visioneering. Visioneering. If you want to be successful, happy, you want to be in a leadership position, you must constantly cast visions for your people, for your downlines, for your family. When you cast visions, you are drawing people to come along with you, to go with you into the vision that you have cast. So visioneering is a part of your subconscious mind. Now, if you put all this together, then you will realize how important your subconscious mind is, that it will influence the conscious mind. Once the conscious mind is influenced, all this will be affected. When all this will be affected, then the quality of your life, your future, your destiny will all be affected. So my sharing with you today is about this area of the subconscious mind. In particular, about the goal-seeking mechanism and how you can improve your identity about yourself. Only then can the application of the science of psycho-cybernetics be powerful enough to change your life, to bring you more success, and to make you a happier person. Now, going back to the conscious and subconscious mind, as I told you, our focus will be on this area, the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind, if it is to be developed to become stronger, you must give to the subconscious mind. You give to the subconscious mind clear, repeated orders. Orders here means instructions and images. You must continuously feed. The subconscious mind is hungry. You feed with clear, repeated instructions, and you hold pictures, images of your instructions. Give it to your subconscious mind. Feed it, feed. And that will be a process of reinventing your subconscious mind to be what you want it to be, to help you, Now, next thing is something that is very strange. The subconscious mind, you know what? It cannot differentiate between what is true and false. It cannot differentiate what is real or imaginary. So sometimes psychologists, this is what they say. Our subconscious mind is so smart and yet so stupid because it cannot differentiate between true and false, real and imaginary. Why? Because if you feed the subconscious mind with a message, repeat it long enough, your subconscious mind will accept that message to be true, even though it is not. For example, I give you this very interesting example. If I say, so and so is a doctor, what immediately comes into your mind? You will first of all think of that doctor as a man, isn't it right? But doctors can be ladies as well. Why is it that when I say so and so is a doctor, you straight away think that that must be a man? Why? Because as we grow up, the message that's planted in the subconscious mind through what we see, what we hear, what we read is doctor, man, doctor, man, doctor, man, doctor, man. Sometimes doctor or lady, but most of the time, doctor, man, until the subconscious mind, having received that message again and again repeated, he doesn't know what is true or false. He will accept it to be true because why? You have repeated it, repeated it, repeated it. So that is why you hear people say, even if you tell a lie, you repeat it long enough, people will begin to accept the lie as true. And this is what politicians are very clear, very clever about. They tell you a lie, they repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. In no time, you begin to accept that as truth. This is how your subconscious mind is. Cannot tell the difference between what is true or false, what is real or imaginary. It is good, it is also bad. It is bad, it is also good. So today, I would like to share with you how we can all take advantage of this part of the subconscious mind. They don't know true or false, they don't know what's real imaginary. Let's take advantage of the subconscious mind. But we take advantage for the sole purpose of helping us to be better, to be happier, to be more successful, not for other bad motives. Now, the other thing about the subconscious mind is it functions 24/7, 365. Whether you are sleeping or you are awake, the subconscious mind works. How about the conscious mind? It functions only when you are awake. And that's why when you are sleeping, you can't make decision, right? When you are sleeping, you cannot take action, right? When you are sleeping, you cannot make plans, right? Because they function, the conscious mind functions only when you are awake, but not the subconscious mind. It functions even when you are asleep. That's why some people dream dreams. Some people find solutions when they are sleeping. Some people find the answers to their problems when they are sleeping. That is because your subconscious mind never stops working. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Now, the power of the conscious mind is limited because it only functions when you are awake. Whereas the power of the subconscious mind is unlimited. Unlimited. Cannot even be measured. It's so infinite. That's how wonderful and how bad too if you don't know how to use it. Now, Dr. Maxwell Maltz in Psycho-Cybernetic, he says, here in your subconscious mind is the goal-seeking mechanism. Goal-seeking mechanism. And he said, this goal-seeking mechanism, how it functions, will depend on your self-identity, the emotions, your value systems, your belief systems, and so forth, like I explained just now. So, today, let's take a look more at this goal seeking mechanism. Now, the goal seeking mechanism, if you use it well, it can bring you success, happiness. If you don't know how to use it, and you consciously or unconsciously, you trigger that part of this goal seeking mechanism, it brings you failure. So when you trigger your goal seeking mechanism to achieve success, we call this the success mechanism. When you trigger the goal seeking mechanism to bring failure, that is called the failure mechanism. So, Maxwell Maltz, he says, people who are successful, those who are achievers, are goal directed. Whether they know it or not, they are people who have triggered their success mechanism. Whereas people who keep failing, failure after failure after failure, whether they know it or not, it's because they have activated the failure mechanism in their subconscious mind. So that's why this, this afternoon, it becomes so important that we must keep this to always activate this, activate the success mechanism in our subconscious mind. Don't you agree? Now, the goal seeking mechanism in our subconscious mind, how does it work? It works in exactly the same way a guided missile finds its target. You know, guided missile? I don't know how the Mandarin calls it, but missiles, the missiles is a target the for the country to hit it. Otherwise, the missile will attack and bomb our land. So this goal-seeking mechanism works exactly like the guided missile that will find its target. So I give you a picture. Now, this is a picture whereby a missile has been fired. Fired for what? Fired to hit the target here. And to fight the missile, to go and hit the target, is a radar station. Is a radar station. The radar station will guide the missile to seek the target. If the missile turn, the radar station will guide the missile turn also until it hits the target. So for our purpose today, the target is the goal. Is the goal. The missile is our goal-seeking mechanism. The radar station that is guiding the missile is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind. So whether this missile will hit the target or not, will achieve the goal or not, will depend on how it's guided by the radar station, by the subconscious mind. In turn, it will depend on whether the subconscious mind will trigger your success mechanism or trigger the failure mechanism. If your subconscious mind trigger failure mechanism, the missile will miss the target. If the subconscious mind trigger the success mechanism, the missile will hit the target. So I guess this is simple enough. So how to activate, how to activate your success or failure mechanism. Now, whether you activate which mechanism, this is how you trigger it. Trigger means to kick it off, to start it. For the success mechanism, to start it, you need belief. Believe in yourself, believe in your Creator, believe in those things that you know are important that will help you to make life better. That strong belief will trigger the success mechanism. Whereas the failure mechanism is triggered off by what? Doubt. Triggered by doubt. Doubt means negative, don't believe, don't accept, always thinking cannot be. That is doubt. So you now see that people with a lot of doubts, whether they like it or not, they will always be here, triggering their failure mechanisms. But those who are willing to believe, to accept, to receive about things that are constructive for them, that are helpful to them, things that will build them up, and they have a strong belief, they will be able to use that belief to trigger the success mechanism. So today, ask yourself, how much, how strong is your belief? Your belief in yourself that you are not here to waste your life. Do you believe you are here for something meaningful? Do you believe that? Do you believe that there is a creator who is interested in you, for you, and will be there to support you to become a better and better person? Do you believe that? Do you believe that right now, even in the midst of this pandemic, the future can still be bright for you? Can you believe that? Do you believe that the iron laser can really be a tool to fight COVID? Do you believe that the CV8, that the Fortico, that the PSR, the HX are all blessings for you to take advantage of, to go and build your healing ministry? If you have the kind of strong belief, you will easily trigger the success mechanism. So just now I mentioned our 3 gold diamonds. I need to mention our diamonds as well, but just for sake today's sharing, I'll just mention these 3 gold diamonds. Why are they at the peak of achievement in Ventros? Because whether they know it or not, they actually activated their success mechanism. How? Because of their strong belief. They believe in our products. They believe in themselves. They believe that the Creator God at this time has got a destiny, a mission for them to accomplish. That's why, with that belief, they activated the success mechanism. But that is not all. When you have the strong belief, then you are going to dare to pray. To pray. Pray for what? Pray for your success. Pray for your turnaround. Pray for your breakthrough. I tell you something. This may be pandemic. There may be MCOs everywhere. There may be so many reasons to say you can't do the business. But I want to tell you, no matter how bad times are, there will still be people who are doing big things, who are achieving big things, who are succeeding. Not everybody fails when times are bad. How? It depends on how strong is your belief. The stronger your belief, the more likely you are going to pray. To pray for what? To pray for all that you think that your Creator wants you to do. People who doubt, you think they will go down and pray? People who doubt, they will spend their time in anxiety. They only know how to be anxious. When is the virus coming to attack me? Oh, when will my family come down the virus? They become very anxious. And I tell you, when you are doubtful, you are anxious, you are heading for failure in every way. So those who have a strong belief and they dare to commit their beliefs to prayer, what will happen is that they will have a goal. Goal defined by what? Defined through their belief, defined through they know that something is going to happen to them for the good. And that is to achieve something meaningful. So it takes the form of a goal. Whereas people who are anxious, the next thing that happens is a escalation to what's even worse. Worry. They begin to be worried. So worried. And I ask you, for someone who is doubting, anxious, worrying, how can you ever activate your success mechanism? You will go even deeper into the failure mechanism. And you know, nothing good can we talk about a situation like this. Now, when you commit those things that are important that you believe are good for you, that are constructive and can be a blessing, and you pray, your goal becomes that much more meaningful. Your goal becomes much more exciting. You will dare to set as big a goal because you know you have prayed about it. So after the goal, of course, comes the planning. Any goal that came through this process of belief of prayer, what happens will be your plan is not just an ordinary plan anymore. Your plan becomes a supernatural plan. Supernatural plan. What I mean to say is, in this plan, you begin to see those things that earlier on you always thought very difficult, and suddenly becomes easy. Doors that were closed suddenly open. Remember, plans that come out of worthwhile goals, blessed through prayer because of your strong belief, will end up becoming supernatural plans. Supernatural means it goes beyond logic, cannot even be understood by logic. You know, a supernatural plan could take place like this. Suddenly, you go and meet with somebody that you don't know, that somebody leads you to somebody, and the fellow say, I want to order 100 boxes of Fortico. Can this happen? Can or not? It's a supernatural happening because of this path that you are taking, because you are onto the success mechanism. Whereas this part of the mechanism, the failure mechanism, once you doubt, you're anxious, you worry, you will hesitate. Hesitate means go or no go. Ayo. Do or don't do. Ayo. Yes or no. I don't know. You hesitate. So come on, let's take a look again. Trapped in doubt, anxiety, worry, in hesitation. How can you succeed? True or not? Whereas your strong belief that you sought for blessing through prayer that redefine the goal to be even bigger, to be even more meaningful, you now have a plan that, for intents and purposes, can become a supernatural plan. And so you begin to take action. You take action confidently. You build your confidence. You trust that every day when you go out of your door to go and see people, doors just open. People just find it so hard to say no to you. Yeah, hesitate. They're not. Yes or no cannot make decision. Go, no go also cannot say. Want or don't want also so hard. And you find a lot of excuses. So what happens? You procrastinate. Wait. I am lesser good. The opportunity good. But wait till the pandemic is over. Wait till one day when my children have grown up. I got more time. They procrastinate. So you see, go back to this circle again. This path is a failure path. For sure. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that everybody on this path is going to fail. Whereas here, when you're onto this path and you are confidently taking action, you are confidently seeing doors open, you are confidently seeing people saying yes to you, what happens? You will taste the success that is even more meaningful because why? You know that your success did not come from your own effort. Your success came because you sought your Creator in prayer to define what goal is worthwhile for you and your family. So you embark on supernatural plans, you embark on actions that just make things easier and easier. And so you achieve your success. This is how you trigger your success mechanism. This is how you trigger your failure mechanism. Ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter how low our educational level is, you can understand. And if you can understand, you can apply this right now, today. You don't have to make excuses about your life. So, how to train your subconscious mind to work for you? One, you apply spaced repetition. Spaced repetition means you repeat, you send a message, you repeat it at intervals. At intervals, you repeat the message using clear positive statements to improve your self identity. To improve your self identity by influencing your subconscious mind. Just like I talk about self-identity, about values, about belief system, about emotions, about imagination, and so on. But I did mention that in the science of psycho-cybernetics, self-identity is very, very significant. So you use spaced repetition. That means send message, positive message. Feed your subconscious mind positive message. So that your subconscious mind begin to receive. And I told you just now, it cannot distinguish real or false, imaginary or not, true or false, real or imaginary. It cannot decipher that. So if you keep bombarding your subconscious mind with statements, clear statements that will help your self-identity, then you will influence the subconscious mind to believe in the statements and to give you the strength. So apply visualization. Visualization comes from the word visual. Visual means what you can see with your eyes. Visual. Visualization is a technique to stimulate your subconscious mind to see. Your subconscious mind don't have eyes, but able to see, and that's called perception, to perceive, to see, to experience, as though what is not real has become real. What has not become reality has become reality. So this is visualization. You see it, you experience it as though it has already come into your hand. You have already got it, even though you still haven't got it now. Visualization. So there are two things: spaced repetition with positive statements to bombard your subconscious mind until it believes. Two, spend time, visualize. Use your imagination, visualize that your goal already have been reached. Your goal have already become reality, and how you and your family have been transformed by reaching this goal. When you apply this, you are training your subconscious mind to believe, to accept, and then to guide your goal seeking mechanism in the success mechanism. Now, how to train your subconscious mind to work for you? Third thing is cultivate the habit of prayer. Now, all of you who know me long enough, I will always end every training with soliciting requests for prayer from you. I will pray for you because why? I I'm fortunate enough to go through life to discover the power of prayer, what it can do, what miracles can happen when you start praying. So cultivate the habit of prayer to strengthen your belief system. Remember, I talked about belief system just now? Prayer will strengthen your belief system and will sustain you with extra stamina to achieve your goals. How? Through the success mechanism. Remember success mechanism? You trigger with your belief, and then you go into prayer, then you get your goal defined, then you begin to experience supernatural plans, then you take confident action, then you seek successful results. But you need prayer. If you have never had the habit of prayer, you don't even know how to pray, you don't even know what to pray, I tell you, it's time you learn how to pray. You can talk to me at some other time if you want to, I'm available, but it's time that you come into the habit of prayer. So, putting it all together, psycho-cybernetics is the science of successful achievement. How? Tapping into the goal-seeking mechanism, the success mechanism in your subconscious mind. In the subconscious mind, it has unlimited power to build or to destroy us, depending on how it has been programmed. What message you send into your subconscious mind, that will program your subconscious mind. And to whom we submit the power to. You see, the power of the subconscious mind, it is a God-given power. But if you abuse it, you are submitting that power maybe to something evil, to something bad. So, this subconscious mind with an unlimited power, you use it to build up your life. And you submit this subconscious power back to your creator. And that will be a very, very positive step to your breakthrough. Submit this power to your creator. Because he gave it to you, you submit it to him. That you are not going to take any decision, any action, any plan without acknowledging the power that he has given you. Okay, now, firstly, we just now we talk about psycho-cybernetics as a science. Then we talk about the subconscious mind. Now we talk about goal-seeking mechanism. It is a God-given tool to help us develop our potentials to the fullest. Not just sikit-sikit, but to the fullest by achieving worthwhile goals. What do you mean by worthwhile goals? Goals that will edify, will build a person up, so that when he has received blessings, he become a blessing, worthwhile goal. So now, before I end, I call this my $6 million question for you to answer. You must answer. $6 million question, because this is a very expensive question. You, by answering this question, you may end up achieving a transformation in your life for your family, and you may end up receiving more than 6 million. So are you prepared to answer my question? I only wish that you were in front of me right now so I can see you in your answers. But I trust that you are saying you will answer my question. Okay, my $6 million question is this. How serious are you about this Ventros Healing Ministry? I repeat, how serious are you in this Ventros Healing Ministry? Are you serious? Are you really serious? That I need your answer. Do you want to be successful like many others before you and make positive impact on your family, on your loved ones? Do you want that? Well, the key to your success is in today's lesson. The key to your success is in today's lesson. You may have been wondering, how do you go about it? How do you turn your life around? But I tell you, maybe today is the time. Today is the moment where God is giving you something to digest, to think about, to turn your life around. And He chose me to bring it to you. Now let's make application. How to apply today the science of psycho-cybernetics about the subconscious mind, about the goal-seeking mechanism. How to apply it. So this is how we apply it to achieve our goals. One, you need to have a positive, healthy self-identity before you can activate the success mechanism. Why? Because your self-identity will be translated in what you dare to believe. Remember, a weak, a poor self-identity will have a weak belief system. So you need to have a healthy self-identity in order to have a healthy belief system. So that's why if you want to apply the science of psycho-cybernetics to achieve your goals, you need to have a positive, healthy self-identity. And you may need to overhaul, turn it around and start your life on a new page on questions like this. Who am I? This is, in fact, throughout mankind's history, throughout the history of mankind, this is the toughest question for anyone to answer. Who am I? Most people will tend to define who they are by their profession. Oh, I am a doctor. Defined by their work. Oh, I am a salesman. It's funny. My 5-year-old grandson, he asked me, Akong, can you pray for me? I said, what you want Akong to pray for you? He said, pray for me to be a doctor. Oh yes, Akong sure will pray for you. And I lead him to pray to be the best doctor in the world. And he was so excited. And a few nights ago, I said, come, Christopher, I pray for you. So I pray again so that he become the best doctor in the world. Then he said, Akong, no, wrong. Hey, how can wrong? Uncle, pray for me to be a construction worker. Hi, construction worker. Sure. He said, yeah. So I prayed. I said, make him the best construction worker in the world. And he was so happy. So now, your sense of self identity, abang adik with how you believe in yourself, believe in in all the values that you hold important, believe in what you do, believe in your creator. You may need all that. So who am I? You will have to find an answer. I cannot answer it for you. Whose am I? Whose am I? You also need to discover whose you belong to who. This is a question that bugs a lot of people. Because why? It starts bugging you when you find you're at the end of your life. Settle it while you still have time. What is stopping me from becoming happier? What is stopping me from becoming more successful? What is stopping me from going all out in what I want to do? What is stopping me? If you have no answer to that, you are not ready. You are not ready to do anything about your success mechanism. Now, next thing, use spaced repetition. Repeat your message to the subconscious mind. Bombard your subconscious mind with positive statements that will help you to build up your value about yourself. So I'm going to say that to get your subconscious mind to receive until it accepts something to be true, is it takes minimum 6 repetitions, repeated at intervals for a message to register, to be accepted in the subconscious mind. Minimum 6 times, more better, more better. So this is spaced repetition. This is a scientific research principle, not just cooking up and imagination. I'm giving you some example of positive statements to tell yourself, I'm an overcomer. I'm an overcomer. I'm responsible for my results. It's not what happens to me, but how I respond that will determine the results. How I respond. I will persist until I succeed. I will persist until I succeed. My past failures are stepping stones to my success in Ventros. My past failures are stepping stones to my success in Ventros. I can do all things through God who strengthens me. I am motivated. If God is for me, who can be against me? Isn't it? Procrastination and laziness are not in my DNA. These are positive statements. You can bombard your subconscious mind again and again and again, repeat and repeat until your subconscious mind accepts it to be true. And when it accepts that to be true, your self-identity, your strength, your stamina all get built up. Your sense of self-worth gets built up, become increases. Speak these positive statements to yourself every day. And at any time when you feel down, intimidated, overwhelmed by criticism or objection, you speak those positive affirmations. Now, keep your appearance neat and tidy. This has to do in building a better self-identity. Keep your appearance neat and tidy. Your physique must be in shape. Don't be out of shape. Your health in prime condition, your energy level high. How to have high energy level? Use your IM laser, drink your CV8, take your PSR, drink your Fortico, and don't forget, use your AGX. Think good thoughts, speak positive words, feel good about being alive. You know, right now, today, Don't go near the hospitals. What happens? There are people there who are not like you. They want to be alive like you, but they may not have another chance. But today, you are alive. What are you going to do with your life? Think good thoughts, speak positive words, feel good about being alive. Now, stop complaining, stop whining, finding fault. You know, I sometimes think that how miserable it's going to be if you have a life partner every day complaining, whining, finding fault. What's going to happen? It's going to be so miserable. The whole atmosphere in the home can never be happy and bright. So on your part, stop complaining, stop whining, stop finding fault. What you must do is start smiling. You know, uh, there are people who complain every day, whine and find fault so much that they cannot smile. In Hokkien, where I come from in Johor, there is a term. If you can't smile and always long face longer than a broomstick, that kind of face in Hokkien, in where I come from, is called hao lam bin. Hao lam bin. So don't go about with hao lam bin. Start smiling. And of course, if for so long you have been hao lam bin, suddenly you start smiling, people say, cheese, Start smiling, start praising, start loving, start serving, start giving, start helping without ulterior motives. Start doing that, and you find that your self identity will start to come out, to become healthier, better, and then you can have better beliefs and you will activate your success mechanism. You need to visualize in order to see and feel as though your goal has already been achieved. Those who are going for the diamond rank, visualize, see and feel as though you are already there. See and as though and feel like you are receiving the certificate from KGLIB that it's already achieved. See and feel like you are invited to join the DAB, Diamond Advisory Board. You can do this visualizing through prayer. Prayer will consolidate your desires with His plans for you, and it will give you the extra stamina to persist, to challenge yourself, and to have your subconscious mind working in the success mechanism. Prayer is nothing except connecting, communicating with your Creator. Connecting with your Creator, communicating with your Creator. And as you remember, success mechanism works through your prayers to define a worthwhile goal, come up with plans that are most of the time supernatural plans, so you can work confidently and then you achieve your success. So today, I want to close by saying that your success has to do with your self-identity. And you apply spaced repetition to build your self-identity. Prayer, this deals with your visualization through prayer. When you pray believing, seeing, and feeling like as though your goal has been achieved. Your goal is a reflection of your self-identity. When your self-identity is weak, there will maybe no goals or unclear goals, which is very difficult for you to translate to a plan. Now, as far as action is concerned, you again apply spaced repetition, prayer, and visualization here. Every time you go out of your house, to go out and do a presentation, to go out and do work for the Ventros Healing Ministry, you use spaced repetition, you pray, you visualize that your trip is going to be successful. So now I just want to close it and my talk today. I talk about your path to be diamond, gold diamond, and beyond. Gold diamond is not the last step, there's still other steps. So your path to diamond, gold diamond, and beyond. I don't know what level you are at now. You may be just a director, you may be just a ruby or emerald, or you may not even be any of this. But if you want to go up that way to be a diamond, gold diamond, and beyond, this is what I want to share with you. You have to do it through the power of prayer. The power of prayer. And prayer will build up your spirit life. Your spirit life. When your spirit life is awake, very sensitive to that prayer, your spiritual life becomes strong. You will be spiritually strong. When you are spiritually strong, your thought life, the thinking in here, will be very positive and healthy, and you will be mentally strong. Mentally strong. When you are spiritually strong, mentally strong, you will be physically strong, so that your physical life will take on greater health. You look younger, you live longer, you have more energy, and you will testify to your Creator of His goodness, and you pray some more. And when you move in this circle, I have no doubt about it that you will be happy, healthy, wealthy along the way in the Ventros Healing Ministry. More than that, you are going to add years to your life, live longer. You are going to add life to your years, meaning to say, your life throughout the years won't be such boring life, meaningless life. Your life will be so meaningful, seeing people's life turn around. Your life will be so meaningful when you see those who use your products, their life start to be better, their health start to change, and they begin to thank you. You are adding life to your years. This is what our healing ministry can bring you: health, wealth, happiness, adding years to your life, adding life to your years. Therefore, I encourage you that after today's talk, you better get more serious and do what you are supposed to do. Set better goals. Use your subconscious mind. Trigger the success mechanism. I would like to hear from you. Please send me your feedback using WhatsApp. Latest by 10 o'clock, 10:01 tonight. Give me your feedback. Give me your feedback. Especially diamonds, gold diamonds. I want your feedback. Those of you who are emerald, rubies, directors, also give me your feedbacks. The next seminar will be Goals, Goals, Goals Part 2. Remember, not Goals, Goals, Goals. Not Goals, Goals, Goals also, but Goals, Goals, Goals Part 2. This June 23rd, VOV, 3 p.m. Okay? So contact me if you need prayer for your breakthrough. My number is there. My email is there. Contact me if you need prayer for your breakthrough. So I thank you, all of you, for giving me this time to be able to share something with you. I hope it has been a meaningful time. And I pray that out of today's sharing, something has touched your heart, and it will help you to spur you to a greater commitment to do something good out of your life. Thank you very much. I love you, and may God bless you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, amazing.
Huh?
You talk with a mask. Even I do crazy. Oh, you look crazy something out there.
Because it's recorded now. After the say I break the SOP, I want 10,000.
Sounds what now already.